So I want to give an example. One of those instances where I feel like people need to just remember their own advice. A few weeks ago, I uploaded a video on garden gangs. And then subsequently, a few days later, I was at a different cafe and just carrying on with my own illustration series. First one and whatnot. And what the people here around me like to do is know where I'm going, having had access to my phone to stalk me, to show up where I'm at, and to indirectly speak as though they're speaking to me, but they also have this affinity for infantiling grown adults and pretending that I'm their child, or maybe they do this to multiple people, but saying things like, well, go sit next to me, right next to me, see what I'm doing. Now do your own work. Things like that, as they see me drawing from the same notebook, as though it's for their assessment when my entire life has been mirrored and used, my whole life, my work as well, mirrored and stolen. And the freaks in this neighborhood, the freaks of nature in this neighborhood, have the audacity to walk up to me, sit next to me, indirectly insult me is in the way that they do. Because someone else has been mirroring my and posting it as theirs. This is my real career. It's not for your taking or use off my private phone. This is my real illustration business and career. It's my livelihood. It's not for your people's mockery or assessment as your non-art expert idiots thought they had a say or a place to have a say. They need to remember their own advice and do their own work and stay the fuck out of what I post, what's on my phone, what I talk about in my own home, what I've done in my previous illustration series, Birds of Feather, Lens series, The Jump. It's all made by me alone. I never needed people's approval for that. I did it. It's my career and it's my life, and I never allowed people to defame me in the way that they did. And if they're confused on what that term means, they need to look it up. There are real legal repercussions for whatever the fuck people have done that is not in alignment or affinity for what is how I choose to present myself as an artist, or who I am, or what I've lived and what I've created. If it's not in alignment with that, did they honestly think they weren't going to get sued and charged up their asses? It's not a game. And if they literally thought they could call themselves competition, the only way they could do so is by silencing me and getting me to stop talking about my own life or work or time or what the fuck's gone on in it, simply because they can't keep their grubby hands the fuck off of it. That's not my priority in a communication, conceptual-based art practice. That's what it's about. My own experiences. If you have a problem with that, then you need to explicitly say this much, and then also realize that that might not matter, that I might not give a fuck, because your preferences and priorities are not mine, and we are not the same person. And how they choose to speak or what the fuck they do in their lives is of zero priority in mine. If it affects me negatively and there are consequences that they're going to have to face because of that, because I take my life seriously, I take my career seriously, I take what I'm doing seriously, I take my social interactions seriously. I'm not trying to have animosity with people here, but what the fuck do they expect? It's not a right to do it's not okay to treat a 40-year-old woman. Did not ask you people to be my parents in any capacity, nor did I ever need them to do such. It's not contingent on them. It's not about them. It never was. It was not made with them in mind. It's not made with the people in this neighborhood in mind. I do not know them. I had no idea they were even following me. This is not it's not their work. It's not their place to have any say in. It's not about them. It's not for their approval. It's not for their assessment. It's not for their profiting. It's not for their investment. It's not for their goddamn anything of the sort. that they've left me out in and literally signed over checks to someone else in my name, forging my signature using my goddamn illustration business signature. It's my logo. That's my goddamn signature. Shit. Do you honestly think that I would ever let you people get away with what the fuck you've done or how the fuck you thought you could treat someone? Is that what you need? Is that what they needed? They're so codependent in order to feel better about themselves and their own life choices that are a goddamn homogenous mess of just averageness. That they want to feel like they had some overarching achievement or some bigger role in life or some say in someone else's or control over someone else's. What sci-fi movie do they think they're living in if they think they can control someone's mind or body or life or say or literally have a say in a completely separate 40-year-old woman's very real life that is not for their determining or their goddamn negating? Because who the fuck are they to think they will ever be even worthy of such a place in life to make such an assessment? No, they're their own perpetrators, and they went into my life, and oh my god, it was a nightmare. Fuck. They made a nightmare. The people around here, literally, they listen to what I say in my room. They then act it out when I go outside. They pretend I'm their like dog. They walk their dog past me, pretending like I'm their. It's not okay. It's not acceptable. They dress like me when I leave my house. There's someone literally dressed in the same clothing as me. They just saw me get dressed in, pretending to be me. It's absurdly weird, absurdly inappropriate, absurdly unacceptable. There is no need. Representation was for visualization of quantum entanglement on a digital art studio, in a digital art studio in space, channel, YouTube, in my playlist, in my art practice, not in this sort of daily life. I said and distinguished how I pull in my experiences that I've already lived and they aren't for your interpretation or reproduction or anything of the sort or acting out. That is not how I defined or participation in what I created years ago. It is not okay to do any form of identity fraud or any form of what the fuck these people have done. Defamation on any level, damage to my career or life, reputation, whatnot will be held to account. The fuck did they think I was yelling and screaming about? Well, they pass it off as some act, as their liability act, not mine. That's not at all what I was doing from the beginning at all, in any capacity. Nor do I have to take on or humor their goddamn psychotic narrative. It's one narcissism project that they tried to projectile vomit deflect into my life. Because I guess supposedly I was an easy target. They didn't want to take responsibility for their own shame and their own goddamn issues and their own problems that they try to pass off or mirror into my life, and it's not okay. And with my own real experiences, not their contrived ones, in which they tried desperately hard to continue some cycle, which is not okay, as they were told on record in any way possible that I had to say as much here, writing or speaking in video, screaming. It's not okay. What the fuck people have done or taken advantage of or assumed to be entitled to, or to pass off as their own, or to conflate with their own, or to whatnot. And the entire point is being known from my own life, lived experiences, to remember that. And as my art practice was informed by my own topics of interest, my own, all of it, as said. Don't need to go through it again. They can read for themselves. If they even passed 5th grade grammar, English, which apparently some of them did not, as passing St. Xavier's with my timing, compared it, which is a college nearby here, to 5th grade education in comparison to University of Chicago, which I went to its affiliate schools, lab schools. I grew up around the university campus. My parents worked there. It is my life, and it goes beyond what I've put on my channel, obviously. Not that everyone needs to know every detail, but what's pertinent to how I pull together a concept is perhaps what's most important, and not for their determining or defining or interpretation, as I'm here speaking in. It's my And if you want to go bother any of the other thousands of tarot readers or people that utilize public music videos, campaigns in their channels and whatnot, and crucify them and tell them that it's a wish list and what is clearly defined as conceptual art practice, in which I incorporate elements of forecasting, although I will not do your jobs for anyone, nor will I give full-on reports of any kind, nor let you goddamn confuse or conflate what is conceptual art practice with a wish list in any capacity. And since they have, I'm taking a step back, making sure they know that I'm not here to do their jobs and for them in any capacity or take their blame or be scapegoated or goddamn sacrifice any time or anything of the sort that I would ever need in my life. As I've said, the last year in New York that I lived in New York was probably the most productive, effective, efficient, enjoyable year that I was there, because I had finally had my own apartment and space to spread out and work and use anytime, day, night, whenever I was inspired, and also choose when I want to go out and see friends and whatnot, and had a very balanced and successful interviews were coming in, series, opportunities, all kinds of things, because I was regulating my own life without the outside confluences and interruptions and distractions and people trying to interfere and take for themselves, like has been the last since 2017. I didn't sign up for any of their shit. They forged my signature, like I said. I'm not here to take responsibility for their shit or ever pay for anyone else's life or crimes. I don't know what they've been telling people. She wants to help. She wants to make up for things. No, I do not know that bitch. She does not speak on my behalf or in any capacity for me in any capacity. Not decisions, not what I mean. I do not know that bitch, and I'm not responsible for their goddamn life or family in any capacity, nor would I ever take on their goddamn problems. Is what I've done here and created is about art and design, and they are just not my goddamn responsibility. I'm not here to change or alter or do anything of the sort for anyone's preconceived notions of or preferences, or, well, I'd really like it if you made your art practice about that. Well, that's not my priority, nor is isolation, nor is sacrificing what is unnecessary for other people's, professional careers or whatnot, or to allow any psychotic former friend / escort who's been conflating her life with mine and flying in her escort friends from Las Vegas to go around pretending to be me to give blowjobs. I am not here to take your shit. There's nothing wrong with what I lived, and if you had a problem with it, well, then that would just make you people insane. What makes me sane is not wanting people around me 24/7 in my own private space and private home that I value more than your souls or fattening your bank accounts, believe it or not. People who already have careers and are like, this needs to be about me. No. This needs to be about what I want it to be about. This needs to be for my benefit and profit. No. You need to let me speak for you? No, of course not. You need to sit in the sidelines of your own life and let me live it? No, of course not. I do not know that bitch. There is no need in any capacity whatsoever, as she's actually been categorized as unnecessary and not supposed to be here, according to perfect timing. Natural, perfect timing, not contrived. No, what's unnecessary is someone pretending that they or associating themselves with me and pretending like I need to bounce out my life with. All they did was actually take everything for themselves and pretended like they could choose whatever the fuck they wanted to do in my life, that I would let them pretend I was there, take out their smothering, controlling, psychotic, oppressive, desperate attempts to take up someone else's time, life, I guess, and treat me like I'm not their child, not anyone's child, nor am I incompetent, nor am I ever at all. These are normal reactions to what the fuck's gone on, as also confirmed by timing. And I need a bunch of people working against me, trying to pretend like I was crazy in order to necessitate themselves in my life and justify their actions, or in which case they had no justification. They're not out a goddamn thing for me in any capacity. They are not known by me. We have no relationship. They are not part of my life. They're not part of my art practice. If they affected me negatively, I talked about that in my only platform and way of getting my voice out there so the rest of the people would know that they are not goddamn any part of who I am or what I've lived in any goddamn actual way that would ever allow them to make such assertive decisions in my life where they have no place, or to take up the last 10 years as they did, playing games with my identity, time, life, well-being, gaslighting shit, labeling me as such, when that's what they were doing. Pretending I was here for their entertainment, or that I wanted to make up for what the fuck they made up in their delusional minds and their sci-fi reality where they think they can control people's brains, when I'm sitting here clearly stating they cannot. Because would I be insulting them if they can control my mind, by the way? Or negating and contradicting their false narrative? Probably not. It's 100% ridiculous and a waste of time to think that I'm ever going to compromise for what is fundamentally unnecessary, insane, and not wanted, needed, or ever incited. So I'd like them to go through everything and tell me where I ever said as much without their interpretation or distortion of language to fit their own convenient agenda. That's also not why I'm here. I'm here to, first and foremost, make a career for myself in life and live a successful, thriving life where I enjoy it and live my own experiences and not goddamn creating for people who thought that they could make a mockery out of who I am and what I've lived for game, for their own careers. It's not an endless well. It's my art practice and digital studio. It's for my use and my inspiration. If you find it, if you appreciate it, well, then great, but give credit to where the fuck found it. I'm not here to be goddamn rolled over and known by a bunch of not known at all so that a bunch of other people could say that they got inspiration without testing where they found it or who put those, the whole point, spark an idea that wasn't necessarily even meant for you people to utilize, but for me to carry forward that they didn't even give credit for. Well, they were not hiring and what? Playing their little narcissism game? Pretending I was here to serve their asses, that I was a machine that didn't need pay? Because they made that a judgment or assessment because I pulled together an outfit in a decent way? Oh, which one is it? Because they went in very extremes. Oh, she doesn't need money. She needs to be hurt for all of our perceived associations. She needs to sacrifice for us, and she needs to live in. What the fuck does that bitch think she's saying? They have no say in my life. They are not my parents, nor would I ever need any parents as a 40-year-old woman ever determining a goddamn thing in my life when they are goddamn children playing dress up as adults in someone else's life. It is not a game for their goddamn entertainment. This is my life for me to live, not for you people to goddamn have any say in or any goddamn without your unfulfilled or whatever the fuck people's reasoning is. Did it improve you people? No, you're still the most selfish goddamn assholes on the planet. To think that you could take out your goddamn crap on me in some goddamn horrific experiment. While pretending you can make decisions that affect me on a daily basis. My finances. God damn. To keep resources from someone because you simply didn't want to pay me, you want to pay yourselves and think that you could own a human being by keeping what I desperately need in my life, like, well, anyone would need fundamental basics, like a paying career, to cut off communication and all these things that they did in order to keep me here, in order to use my timing, in order to use my insights, in order to use and observe me for their own careers is fundamentally inhumane. That's why they've been goddamn reported to Amnesty International for Crimes Against Humanity and the FBI and the CIA. They're worthless employees, goddamn stupid, ignorant, selfish, greedy, goddamn games and agendas and and how it filtered down into this community where some of them I'm sure live and have promoted their psychotic conspiracy to try to negate me out of my own life. I can't imagine anything more offensive than going into someone else's life, taking credit for my work, and going around infantilely me saying, do your own work, as I'm sitting there drawing and doing my own work. Where they need to learn to shut the fuck up and never speak or ever open their ignorant mouths ever. Peaked in high school, stupid suburbanite state school slut, goddamn jealous little housewives, psychotic, sociopathic, narcissistic crap to think they could ever treat an adult woman as such, or that it would ever be tolerated or allowed, or that they wouldn't get goddamn hot coffee spilled on their goddamn fucking heads, you ugly little shits. My opinion, which I'm more than allowed to have everywhere. Stop. No, because it's not a game for your goddamn entertainment, because it's always been my career that I've been honing since I was 2, and because you're not goddamn in charge of a damn human being, because you have no goddamn say in my life, and you were never invited into my home in any capacity, you unwarranted freaks. Can't produce a warrant, can't give me justification for why you're here, can't goddamn provide a contract or pay. Why the fuck did you think I needed your goddamn assessment or anything to do with you people in my life, as I don't even respect you people to begin with? As I find your people in this town especially to be completely socially inept, annoyances, nuisances, and nothing other than unwanted distractions, taking away from a focus of what I was doing. But that's okay, because I can simply walk away, leaving you in their pathetic goddamn housewife lives where I feel so sorry for their children, because they have no aspirational parental figure to look up to with any respect, as they're goddamn being raised by narcissistic, psychotic, exploitive rapists. Again, my opinion, but more or less based on fact and personal experience, firsthand experience of having to turn the other cheek a billion times to their slights and relentless whatnot abuses, which they had no right to perpetrate in the first place in any capacity as well. Most of these instances are the first time I've ever even seen those people. Who are you? You want to stay the fuck off my channel you clearly cannot handle? Or the fuck out of my goddamn life, or my private bedroom? Or my personal goddamn bathroom? In what world would you people ever be wanted or allowed in such goddamn private spaces or sacred? Oh, fuck. What? Or what I actually value over your over your lives. Because they must think so highly of themselves to think that I would value them over what I actually do, and have literally stated as much in what is the Value of Ideas project, or what I've talked about in my own life, personal life, as well as on a more interpersonal level, what I value and who types of people I value and what I stand for and what I wouldn't goddamn stand for, and what goddamn makes no difference in my life, and what I find completely 1000% offensive, and that no one in their right mind. And the only exception, as I said, exception is kind of a thing where it's normally in these instances where a stupid suburbanite girl would try to dupe a guy into believing she was pregnant because she, whatnot. I can see that happening. But in my case, I actually was. That being the exception kind of thing, where in all these instances it would seem like, and I would probably agree that that's not, that seems like a tall story, but it's those instances where I'm the exception, where all the factors worked against me, only to make it look like I was telling a tall story and it's like actual reality. And that's where I'm the exception, but that in no case would have ever applied to fundamental basic needs, facts, professional standards, boundaries in any capacity. And that I thought, especially if people think of themselves as so smart, would go without saying. They would have to think of themselves as smart as they think they must, because, well, they thought they were capable of making decisions not only for their own life, but for a separate grown adult with a career they know nothing about, which is why they probably had to negate it and try to bring cameras into my home in order to try to portray me as a whore in some case, or feel entitled to my goddamn time, which is really just reckless endangerment when you're not telling the person whose time it is they're violating, and, well, might have put myself in danger. People are pissed off about just about anything and feel entitled to just about anything, even someone else's preferences and livelihood, apparently. So, and identity. So clearly, they would feel entitled to exert their preferences in my life over what things I've said in my home, and in which case they have absolutely no place to do so. But they were given by someone else or allowance to think that, and it has carried over into this. When I say it's in the past, then make sure it's in the past and stop that behavior, as it's completely 1000% inappropriate on all levels. Everything that I've mentioned, what the fuck they've done. Because believe it or not, none of you people were ever contributory in where I got or what I've done or whatnot. And if you want to call me a failure while pretending to run my life, I mean, it's either way you look at it, it's kind of like they didn't think their arguments all the way through, and there's a lot of holes in their little narratives that seem pretty ridiculous. And are you kidding me? I'm not playing your childhood game. Better things to do that are an actual priority that I've been working towards all this time. They very well know, because they tried desperately hard to pretend like those things didn't matter and that they were only going to someone else. But that bitch is not known by me. We have no shared anything whatsoever. And it's not about them. And I speak in the way that I speak it, as I have from the beginning, straight up, straightforward. It's not up for debate or negotiation. Please be remembering.